What's up, guys? All right, so it's been a while. All right, it's been a week, maybe a month, but had a lot going on. We did my friend's service, Houdini. Looking at you, man. And I thought, I didn't really know what to talk about. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Like I said, I make these videos just for fun. And I thought, and then I realized, we lost one of the biggest wrestlers, and quite honestly, one of the biggest. My cat's just meowing right now. She's like, "Hey, you haven't been home all day." So we lost one of the biggest, maybe the biggest wrestler in this industry that's been a while, and that was Hulk Hogan. Now, off the bat, I grew up, born 82, I'm an 80s kid, 90s kid. Hogan, I grew up on Hogan. I grew up in the, yellow, red, gold, baby. I grew up on the NWO, the Attitude Era, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Hogan's always been somebody that, for me, as a wrestling fan, he's what got me into wrestling. There may not be a WWE, WWF without Hogan. Whether you think Hogan or, whether you think it was Hogan who really did, brought up, whether you think it was Vince McMahon who kind of gave Hogan that platform. Either way, though, you don't have wrestling as it is without Hulk Hogan. Period. It's just the way it is. Take out his politics, take out all that stuff. I didn't agree with his politics. I can tell you that right now. There's a lot of stuff I didn't like Hogan did outside of wrestling. And his politics, that was stuff I didn't agree with. But, he was Hulk Hogan. He was part of the group. He was part of it, and he was a guy that I loved. He was the way I got into wrestling. What he did for wrestling is undeniable. I think it's kind of crap that he got booed the last time he was on WWE at the pay-per-view there. He got booed. Again, outside of wrestling, he did things I didn't agree with, and I wasn't a fan of that. In the ring, the character Hulk Hogan, that's the guy that I have respect for. That's the guy that got me into wrestling. It's terrible that we lost him. I think the industry, I think it was a surprise. He had heart surgery and to die, But again, he was doing steroids. He was doing a lot of things, and he probably did tour. And he was, he just had a limp. His body was tore up. I'm surprised he beat out Ric Flair. But I'm surprised he went before Ric Flair. I'm surprised Ric Flair, didn't go before him. But it's definitely a shame, and it's gonna suck. And I just got my Hogan figure. I got a Hogan action figure, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. I got my Hogan belt. It would have been nice to have this signed, but, every time he did his signature, I was not close there, and he was also expensive as hell to get signed. So, but I just make this a quick video. I want to make a video out there giving me my thoughts. And, if you don't like wrestling, you're not a fan of wrestling, and you're wondering why how could, something like wrestling mean something to somebody, it's, for me, being that, I was a big kid now and still am big. I'm working on that. He was just someone I looked up to, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, that 24-inch pythons. He was the man. So it sucks that he's gone. And I know, too, there's a lot of, the Brooke Hogan, his daughter, didn't go to the funeral. She went to the beach and everyone got upset. But, hey, she said that's what he wanted. He didn't want the whole ceremony. He didn't like that thing. He didn't want to do that he just wanted to be cremated and put in the ocean. That's his daughter. They would know. She probably knew best. I know they weren't on the best of terms. But, it's a shame we lost him. But he's up there with Andre now, Macho Man. A lot of guys up there. He's up there with my friend Tony, probably having a beer, and sucks. But I thought I'd make this video real quick. We got Raw tonight. Should be interesting. And I don't think Brock's going to be SmackDown, so I don't think he's going to appear tonight. We'll see. It should be interesting. But that's it. Like I said, short video, guys. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy Raw. But have a good one. And as always, peace.